Hello everyone. I've heard many times from many people from different countries that everything in Ukraine is very, very cheap, including apartments. And many people think that you can buy great, really great apartments in Ukraine for about $10,000 to $20,000. Indeed, many things in Ukraine are much cheaper than in Europe or United States. Fruits and vegetables in Ukraine are much cheaper and much more delicious than those comparing in Europe. But apartments and real estate in general is not as cheap as many may think. I looked over my backups a couple of weeks ago and found some videos of apartments that were for sale. For this video I have chosen the most popular category of apartments in Odessa, the so-called studios, or how we call them, one-room apartments. These studios, or how we call them one-room apartments in Odessa, were for sale from $20,000 to $80,000, and they are all sold now. But there are hundreds of similar apartments more for sale in Odessa, and probably tens of thousands of similar apartments throughout Ukraine. There are studios in Odessa that cost about $150,000 and even more. But such studios are exclusive, and it would be very, very hard to sell such apartments if you decide to move from Ukraine and not live here any longer. Procedure of buying an apartment, a house, or commercial real estate in Ukraine for foreigners is not hard. Actually, it is very simple. But you should be aware that there is really a lot of scam going on in the real estate field in Ukraine, even with locals. So in the nearest future I will record a special video for those of you who plan to buy an apartment in Ukraine, and once I record it I will put a link to it right here, or simply find it among my other videos on my channel. And last but not least, before we get to reviews of apartments in Odessa, you should be aware that prices for real estate in Ukraine only get higher and higher. They never drop down. No matter if there are recessions, crisis, COVID situation, prices never go down, even like 5%. When some economic crisis hits Ukraine, people just stop selling. More correctly would be to say that they do not stop selling, they just continue to sell at the same prices that they used to sell before the crisis. Sometimes there may be urgent sales when somebody needs money very urgently, or needs to move somewhere very urgently, or maybe found an apartment somewhere and has to pay the full price for that apartment. In such case, price for apartment drops like 7 to 10%, and apartment will be sold in a matter of maybe 1 to 2 weeks. Investment in Ukrainian real estate, especially if you plan to buy real estate in big cities such as Odessa, Kyiv, Kharkiv, Lviv, can really be considered a very good deal. And let's see which apartments in Odessa you can buy from $20,000 to $80,000. First and second apartment in our review today are located in a new area which is just about 1 mile away from Odessa city, which is called Seven Sky. It is a new area which has been developed over the last 15 years and is very popular among people who want to buy a new apartment in Odessa. Even though it is one of the cheapest areas to buy an apartment, it has very competitive advantages. First advantage is that it is located only about 1 mile away from Odessa International Airport, and it is possible to get to the city center from here in less than 30 minutes. But the best advantage of this area is its location. At the moment it is Odessa region, but located in less than 1 kilometer away from Odessa city, about like half a mile. Since Odessa is constantly growing, and when city will expand in next couple of years, this area will be a part of the city of Odessa city. And once this happens, prices for these apartments will be at least 25 to 30% higher than they are at this moment. Area of Seventh Sky is very well developed over the last 15 years, and it consists of more than 100 apartment buildings and is continuing to develop. All you need for living is right here: shops, supermarkets, barber saloons, pharmacies, dentists, a spa saloon, and even an aqua park, a pretty big aqua park in just about 20 minutes walking distance away from here. Aqua park has been built like 3 years ago, it's brand new and is very popular among people in Odessa. There are free buses on the weekends from several parts of Odessa to bring people to this aqua park and to take them back. And you can just walk in like 20 minutes and spend a very good time in this aqua park. So said all that, I consider this one of the best investments if you consider to buy an apartment in Odessa. First apartment in Odessa that I would like to show you is located in this 7th Sky district. Price for such apartment is from 20 to 22,000 US dollars if you buy it from the builder. Such range in price depends when you invest in this apartment. If you agree to wait for, let's say, 1 year, price will be about 20,000 US dollars. If you want to move in, let's say, in 3 months, then price will be about 22,000 US dollars. Advantage of buying apartment in 7th Sky district is that you buy an apartment in a new building with everything that you need already installed in the apartment. Maybe some simple repairs will be needed. So let's have a look what can be bought for 20,000 US dollars. This particular apartment is shown exactly as it is sold from the builder. All equipment and all furniture that you see now is already included in price. Apartment is equipped with an individual gas boiler, as you can see, and it boils water for heating and for hot water in the kitchen and in the bathroom. Everything is already connected to this gas boiler, and if you would do it yourself, just for a comparison, just a gas boiler would cost about $500, and all the work for connection would also cost about like $500 to $700 for such apartment. But the price already includes all these appliances. It is the smallest apartment that is for sale in this area. There are bigger apartments, of course, 2-room apartments, 3-room apartments here, and you can combine several apartments. Just have to install an air conditioner, buy fridge, maybe a sofa and a TV, and you can move in straight away. So everything can be done in like maybe 1 day from buying an apartment. Bathroom, as you can see, is not very well equipped, and some additions have to be made, but that also can be done like maybe in about 1 week. So like to close this bath and to hide these pipes, you will spend maybe about like $300 to $400, and possibly to move in straight away. All doors, lights that you see are already included in price, and it's one of the best deals to buy an apartment in this area. Second apartment in Odessa in our review is also located in 7th Sky district, but it has been sold with furniture. With absolutely all furniture that is needed, so person who buys this apartment can move in straight away. Some Ukrainians do business like that. They buy apartment from the builder when builder just starts to sell apartments, when price is the cheapest. Then they wait until building is finished. They buy cheap necessary furniture, fridge, install air conditioner, and make some repairs in the bathroom. Then they sell it pretty quickly, and usually in about 1 year they invest about 21,000 US dollars, and they make profit of about 5,000 US dollars. I couldn't find exactly information for how much this particular apartment was sold, but at the time of recording this video in February 2021, such apartment costs between 26 to 28,000 US dollars. Let's have a look what you can buy for 26 to 28,000 US dollars.
This is the second apartment in our review, and it is also located in 7th Sky district in Odessa. As you can see, it is already with furniture, so someone bought it, brought some furniture, put curtains, installed air conditioner, and this apartment is now for sale. And the price for this apartment would be about 5,000 more than if it was bought from the builder. Once again, it is pretty good deal, but to buy apartment from the builder is much better and would be cheaper and would be much better deal. This apartment also has a gas boiler, which is very good as you can control heating yourself in the winter. We pay quite a lot of money for heating, but here you can control yourself. If you have heating on, then you pay for heating. If you do not have it on, or if you do not want to heat very well, you pay less, of course. As you can see, the owner bought some furniture, bought fridge, installed air conditioner, fixed a little bit bathroom. You can see that bath looks much nicer now. Bought some stuff in the bathroom, bought washing machine, and this apartment is now for sale, and this guy would earn about $5,000 for this apartment just for buying this furniture, washing machine, air conditioner, and an old TV. And some people in Ukraine actually do business like that.
Third apartment in Odessa that you will see now actually shouldn't have been in this review. I found videos of 5 apartments, and right before compilation, one of our realtors with whom we work sent us video of an apartment that was for urgent sale. Owner of the apartment even hired a professional operator to make a video presentation of this apartment. Such presentation costs here around $200, and I think owner really needed money. This apartment is located in Kotowski district of Odessa, and I personally wouldn't recommend buying an apartment in Kotowski district. Even though area is very well developed, it has lots of supermarkets, lots of shops, pretty nice infrastructure. It is located in 17 kilometers or 10 miles away from Odessa city center. And even though it is not such a long way as you would think, if you want to go to Odessa city center from there during rush hour on the weekdays, even though distance is about 17 kilometers or just 10 miles, it may take about 1 to 1.5 hours, because there is only one 2-lane road from Kotowski district to Odessa city center. And there is no alternative, and there will not be alternative in the nearest future. And every day in the morning, about 10,000 cars are driving from Kotowski district to Odessa city center. And in the evening, they drive from Odessa city center back to Kotowski district. And almost every day there are accidents, so in many cases it is only 1-lane road. But if you do not plan to go to Odessa city center, or plan to go there maybe once a week, during weekend, let's say, it is totally fine to buy an apartment in Kotowski district. It is the cheapest area in Odessa, and area has everything that you need. Just will be a little bit more difficult to sell apartment in that area, because it is not prestigious area. This particular apartment was for sale for 33,000 US dollars. It was for urgent sale, and even 33,000 US dollars was below market price. Apartment was sold in 2 days for 31,000 US dollars. Let's have a look at it.
This particular apartment is located in a new building that has been built in 2019. It is for urgent sale with absolutely all equipment that you will see in this video, and furniture. Total area of apartment is 42 square meters, which is about 450 square feet. Air conditioner in this apartment, as you can see, is installed next to bathroom. Builder does not allow condensate to be dripping outside, and building has no special pipes for that. Each owner must just get rid of this condensate water and throw it into the bathroom. Efficiency of such air conditioning will be very poor, of course. Kitchen with all equipment is included in price. Big fridge, West Frost, that we see is pretty good and quiet. It is made in Turkey. Owner claims that floor tiles are Italian, even though I would actually doubt that. Electric hob Gorenia is certainly not one of the cheapest. Living room is 21 square meters, which is about 230 square feet. Sofa in the room, as you can see, is one of the cheapest. You can buy it for about like $200. Lamps and TV are pretty good, even though they are not expensive. Wardrobe that you can see is not cheap for sure. It is about maybe $1,000. And a very nice bathroom. Plumbing and sanitary ware are pretty good. Not cheap for sure. Electric boiler and washing machine are also pretty good. Whole of the building is with Christmas decorations, as you can see. Elevators are also new and should work pretty fine and should be pretty quiet. Building has an underground parking and children playground. This particular area is pretty newly developed and has about 10 to 15 new buildings in this area. However, as I said, it is located very far from the city center.
Fourth apartment in our review also was for urgent sale last year. Owner also hired a professional video operator, as with previous apartment. Apartment is located in Tairovo district of Odessa. If you have to go to city center, it is about 30 to 40 minutes, even during rush hour. It also will not be a problem to sell this apartment if you decide to sell it fast. Even though apartment was sold during COVID situation in Odessa in 2020, starting price was $35,000 and apartment was sold for $33,000 in just 4 days. Let's see which apartment in Odessa you can buy for $33,000.
This is a one-room apartment, or a studio as it would be called in the United States. Is located in an old building, and it is in pretty good area which is very well developed, Tairovo district in Odessa. Right when you enter apartment you see this box, it is a electric meter, and right on electric meter, the black box, this is an Ajax. It is a security alarm system. I don't know who installed security alarm system right at the entrance to the apartment. Usually it is hid somewhere, but anyway, somebody did it. And this particular apartment has just been refurbished. Everything is brand new here, and it was for urgent sale, and actually apartment was sold in matter of 4 days, because price was very nice for this apartment. If we look at the room, maybe I would put here a sofa or some armchairs and a TV, of course. And this quite big bed is quite expensive. I would say that people wanted to live here, not to sell this apartment, because you can see that there is even a phone socket here installed for fixed telephones. Usually nobody installs such sockets if apartment would be for sale. Apartment is 46 square meters, which is about 500 square feet. And operator is trying to show us how everything was done pretty good here. He shows again electric meter that I wouldn't show, and again we see this black box which is a security alarm. Well, apartment is on the first floor, so security alarm is really needed here, but I wouldn't show it in video. It has a small space for maybe some stuff or clothes. And we can see that laminate is of class 33. It is quite thick laminate and should last for about maybe 15 to 20 years. I would additionally protect windows in this area, and I would pull some steel bars on the window just for extra security. Kitchen is also very nice. Everything is new here, as we can see. Absolutely all furniture, kitchen furniture and kitchenware are all new, so it's very, very nice. And it was wise to install a plastic door with windows here instead of wooden doors that we usually put in these apartments. I would say that in kitchen some designer worked actually, because you see the fridge and the kitchen itself are designed very nicely here in this apartment. It has a gas hob and electric stove. Many people say here that electric stove is much better, even though gas stove is more economical. According to owner, all lights in this apartment are connected to Wi-Fi, and you can adjust them directly from your smartphone. And we can see that refurbishing is quite good here. It has an absolutely new fridge, never used before. I would even say that pretty big fridge for one-room apartment. And from this video I can say for sure that this apartment has been built not for sale and not for rent. Somebody wanted to live here, but I don't know what happened, so that it was for urgent sale. Everything in bathroom is done also exceptionally well. We can see the huge 120-liter boiler. For one-room apartment it is very, very big. Usually 60 liters is enough, like half of this boiler. Apartment was sold for $33,000 in 4 days. It's not even a good price, it's a bargain price for this apartment. Starting price was $35,000 and for $33,000 it was sold.
Fifth apartment in our review is also located in Tairovo district of Odessa. Actually, it is located only 4 blocks away from the previous apartment that we reviewed. This particular apartment in Odessa was sold for $42,500 in 2018. Starting price was $44,000. At the time of recording this video, in February 2021, I think this apartment costs around $45,000 to $47,000. Let's have a look which apartment in Odessa you can buy for $45,000.
This one-room apartment is also located on Tairovo district, like previous apartment that we reviewed. And it is also sold with all furniture and all equipment that you see. In fact, this particular apartment is located 3 or 4 blocks away from the previous one, and it is 55 square meters, like 600 square feet, and has been sold for $42,500 2 years ago. And it is more expensive because it is located in a newer building than the previous one. Also, it is located on the 6th floor rather than 1st floor, which is safer, of course. Even though owner claims that this apartment is brand new, that it has been just refurbished, I don't believe in that. I think they were trying to rent it, but probably something didn't work out, because in this area apartments are not rented very well, and they decided to sell it. This particular small room was supposed to be a wardrobe maybe, but they decided to put a table here so somebody can work. I don't know how it is possible to work in such small room without window, but the room is very small. You cannot even call it a room. And why I think that it was for rent, not for living, because there is no sofa here, there's only bed and only kitchen, so you have to spend all your time in the kitchen and then go to sleep. We see that in the bedroom there is an air conditioner, and bed is not very expensive. Actually, it is not expensive at all, it's one of the cheapest ones. Same we can say about mattress, and that it has been actually in use, it's not brand new one. That wardrobe in bedroom also seems like a used one, not new. And lamps are the cheapest ones. You can buy such lamp for maybe $20. TV in this bedroom also seems like a used one, it is not a new one. Maybe also paid something like not more than $100 for that. This apartment was for sale for $45,000, but it was sold for $42,500 in 2018. When I record this video in 2021, price for it would be about like maybe 44,000. But you can start with, I think, maybe with 48 and try to sell it for maybe even 45. Nothing special about bathroom, as we can see, an old washing machine and an electric boiler, also for 120 liters. I don't know why it's so big for such a small apartment. Plumbing here is one of the cheapest.
Sixth apartment in Odessa in our review is located in prestigious area of Odessa called French Boulevard, or in Russian, Французский бульвар. Even though it is not city center, area is considered to be prestigious. It is located right between city center and Arcadia district. Even though city center and Arcadia district are considered to be really prestigious and really expensive districts in Odessa, they are pretty noisy. And there are problems, for example, with parking, problems with pollution, but this area is much quieter and much more comfortable to live in. And indeed, many people in Odessa would want to live on French Boulevard or on Shevchenko Avenue, which is parallel to French Boulevard, rather than living in city center or Arcadia district. Size of this particular apartment is the same as the previous apartment that you saw, but because it is located in prestigious area on French Boulevard in Odessa, price for this apartment is 30,000 more than the previous one, just because it is located in prestigious area of Odessa. This particular apartment was sold in 2017 for $73,000. Now this apartment would cost about $78,000 to $80,000, and starting price can be about $85,000. Let's have a look which apartment in Odessa you can buy for $80,000.
This is another one-room apartment, which is 55 square meters, like 600 square feet, and it is located in a pretty good area on French Boulevard in Odessa. Because it is located on French Boulevard in a very good area, in a very prestigious area, price of this apartment was $73,000 in 2017. Apartment is located in a brand new building. It has been built in 2015, but again you can see that apartment is designed to be either for sale or maybe for rent. Maybe also they wanted to rent this apartment and something didn't, let's say, work out. Maybe they wanted just a very big price for it. And as you can see, there is no sofa here, so also like you can sit only in the kitchen and then go straight to bed and sleep. Usually such apartments are made for short-term rental. Otherwise you would only have to lie in bed and spend your time in the kitchen. Bathroom is quite big here, even though I don't see any expensive materials used to decorate it. And also simplest plumbing. Starting price for this apartment was $79,000 and for $73,000 it was sold.
Seventh and last apartment in our review also shouldn't have been shown here. But since I added third apartment, I decided to add this one as well. This particular apartment was bought by our client in 2014 for 75,000 US dollars, and it was sold in 2018 for 79,500 US dollars. Starting price in 2018 was 85,000 US dollars. This particular apartment is located in a very prestigious Arcadia district of Odessa, and actually I would not recommend to buy apartment in Arcadia district. Even though it is considered to be very prestigious, it is pretty noisy and very much overpriced. In 2018, we could have sold this apartment for higher than 80,000 US dollars. I would even say maybe for 83 or maybe even 84,000 US dollars. But our client had to move to Kyiv. We found a very good apartment in Kyiv and had to make a purchase of that apartment after down payment in 3 weeks. So we were very limited in time and had to accept the best deal that we managed to find at that time. At the moment, such apartment would cost about 90 to 95,000 US dollars. So let's have a look which apartment in Odessa you can buy for 90,000 US dollars.
Here is another one-room apartment, or a studio as it would be called in the United States, and it was bought by one of our clients in 2014 for $75,000. It is located in Arcadia district of Odessa. Has 63 square meters. It's about 700 square feet. It was also sold with all furniture, with everything that you see on this video. Even though apartment is located on the 14th floor of a 15-floor building, there is no sea view from windows. Otherwise, price would be minimum $120,000 for this apartment, and not 75,000 as he paid. Pretty big kitchen, and floor was also heated here. Owner also claimed that designer worked in this apartment and that it has an individual VIP design, even though I don't see any VIP design here, but that's what most owners are telling you when you buy apartment. Pretty big bedroom in this apartment, and I also ask many owners, why don't you shoot videos from the balcony? In this case it is 14th floor, but from the balcony you just see two other big buildings and no sea view. Probably that is why owner didn't just go out on the balcony and make videos from there. Yeah, you can see that this particular apartment has pretty high ceilings, 3.5 meters. So our client's 7-year-old son was sleeping right upstairs there, and he really loved it. In 2018, this particular apartment was sold for $79,500, and our client moved to Kyiv. And the bathroom is here, also very nice in this apartment. It's quite big, even though washing machine and this electric boiler, as well as toilet and sanitary ware, are not expensive. We can say that this particular apartment was designed so it is to be sold, or maybe it was designed
for rent, but something didn't go right with the rent. And it happens quite often here that people try to rent an apartment and then either it is not rented for the amount of money that they wanted, or it brings just not so much money. Even though this shower is pretty expensive here, it's quite big and pretty expensive. Such shower costs about $1,200, I think. Even though apartment is pretty good, as you can see, I wouldn't recommend buying such apartment. It's pretty hard to sell it if you need to sell it fast. And apartments in Arcadia area of Odessa are pretty expensive, unfortunately. And I think they're very much overpriced. But I wanted to show you a really good apartment that costs now about $85,000. Maybe even $90,000. Especially for those people who think that in Odessa you can buy apartment for like less than $10,000. You have seen 7 apartments in Odessa that are located in different areas of the city. I would say that first 4 apartments are pretty good investment deals if you plan to live in Odessa for, let's say, 2 to 3 years. If you plan to live here for a shorter period of time than 2 or 3 years, I think it would be much wiser just to rent an apartment. 5th apartment would not be as easy to sell as first 4 apartments, and 6th and 7th apartment would be much harder to sell because of their price, and it would take time to sell those apartments if you do not want to sell it urgently. You would ask, why haven't I covered any apartments in the city center of Odessa? And city center of Odessa is very much overpriced. Like the 3rd apartment that you saw in our review that costs in Kotovsky district from $33,000 to $35,000, in city center would cost minimum $65,000 to $70,000, maybe even $80,000. So city center of Odessa is not a very good investment deal unless you plan to live in Odessa maybe for, let's say, from 5 to 10 years. In Odessa city center, apartment that is about 55 square meters, which is about 600 square feet, may cost from $120,000 to $150,000. It would be pretty hard to sell that apartment if you decide no longer to live in Odessa. But for these amounts of money, like $120,000 to $150,000, there are many alternatives. You can buy a cottage somewhere very near to Odessa, but the area of that cottage would be about maybe 120 square meters, which is about 1,400 square feet, or maybe even a house somewhere in 1 hour driving distance away from Odessa city center. And area of house maybe even about 130 to 140 square meters, so something like 1,500 to 1,600 square feet. And for those who think that studios in Odessa cost from $10,000 to $20,000, I can say that I have seen even exclusive studios in Odessa. One studio was 90 square meters, which is about 1,000 square feet. It had a terrace of about 50 square meters, which is about 600 square feet, had a direct sea view from the terrace as well as from all windows. And with furniture, how do you think how much it was? That particular VIP studio cost $350,000. Correct, $350,000. I must admit that there are only about 10 to 15 such exclusive VIP studios in Odessa overall. And such apartments are not sold through classified ads, through realtors or real estate companies. Such apartments are sold between very rich people, usually people from Kyiv. And they are bought as an investment, because such VIP studio is pretty prestigious to just own it, to come to Odessa like maybe 3 to 4 times per year, and such studio can be sold anytime to their rich friends. They will always buy such apartment. There are also such VIP studios in Kyiv, and in Kyiv price may be from $500,000 to $700,000 just for one single studio. And once again, there are maybe 30 to 40 such studios in all Kyiv. And again, they are not for sale through classified ads. Please let me know in comments below if you plan to buy an apartment in Ukraine. Which particular apartment did you plan to buy? How big should it be? And in which city? Let me know in comments which other apartments would you like me to review. Maybe you want me to review apartments outside of Odessa city limits, which will be cheaper than in Odessa city. Or maybe you would be interested in commercial real estate in Ukraine. Write me in comments, or you can write me at this email address. If you plan to buy an apartment somewhere in Odessa or anywhere in Ukraine and want to be 100% sure that you will not be scammed, you can write me email at this email address for just a consultation or for expert assistance in choosing and buying either apartment, house, or commercial real estate in Ukraine. I will be more than happy to be of service, expert assistance, or advice. And in the meantime, stay healthy and wealthy.